Hi, I'm Maya from Bookworm Dreams and welcome to a new video. So today I'm going to talk about all the books that I read in the month of May. So in the entire month of May I read 12 books. One was science fiction, 3 were fantasy books, 2 were fantasy romance or urban fantasy books, and I had 6 romance books. I participated in 5 readathons and failed at participating in 1 readathon. Let's talk about all the readathons I actually was successful at. So, I participated in the Mafia romance readathon, which happened at the beginning of the month. I do have a reading vlog somewhere, so you can check it out. And in that reading vlog, I did read all the 3 books on my TBR, which were The Hitman by Katrina Jackson. This was book, I want to say 2. Yes, book 2 in the family series. I read Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark, and I read Crow by A. Zavarelli. Really enjoyed Katrina Jackson's books, and I did not like Brutal Prince, and I think I was kind of meh on The Crow. It was really brutal. I remember that part, and I remember characters being stupid and doing stupid things. Check out the vlog for more thoughts on those books. I did enjoy Katrina Jackson's series so much that I actually finished it and read The Enforcer, which is book 3 in this series, in which we follow Zoe and Alfonso, and The Dawn, which is book 4, I think, in this series, in which we follow Salvatore and Shay. Again, they were the couple from the first novella or short story that sort of starts this series. I really did enjoy this whole series because, well, in each book we follow a different couple, and their story is different. It's not like it's like a schablona. It's not like it follows the sort of same formula for each couple. Each couple is different. Their romance is different. Their intimate scenes are different, and it was a really fun series to follow and read. Then another readathon that I was successful at was the Final Book Support Club readathon. I do have a video for that readathon as well. So I read my entire TBR for that readathon, and that was, I read Dark Dawn by J. Kristoff, with that finishing the Nevernight trilogy by J. Kristoff, in which we follow Miyako as she becomes an assassin to avenge her family. I did not like this, finale. I had problems with like the main romance couple in this one, and our main character just made some annoying decisions, and there was a lot of repetitions, and I guess the writing style I wasn't in the mood for, and that dampened my enjoyment of this book. But more thoughts you can check out in my video. And I also finished the Kiss Quotient series by Helen Huang by reading The Heart Principle. In this book we follow Anna and I want to say Kwan, but I might be wrong. Basically, in each book in this series we follow a different couple, and as they meet, get together, and encounter many problems, and then get back together at the end. It's a romance book. It has a happy ending. This one was it was really good, and the entire series is really well written and really good. There's lots of representation, but in this one there was just, I don't know, the character goes through so much family shit and you feel for them so much, and it's really good, and I enjoyed it a lot. I also read this one for Asian Readathon, which is one of the readathons that I kind of I had 2 books on that TBR, and I read this one and I really did enjoy it. Now let's talk about the 2 readathons that I was kind of meh on. I participated, but I didn't finish them. So the first one I want to talk about is the Star Wars one, which was May the Force Read With You readathon, which was a month-long readathon, and you had like 5 prompts, I think. In this readathon, you first choose whether you want to be a Jedi or a Sith. So you want to go to the light side or the dark side. And in your side, you have levels, you level up, and you have 5 prompts to read. Now, I read 4 prompts, and I became the Jedi Master, so which is good for me, I guess. Basically, I read The Space Between Worlds, which was for the prompt Force Vision. And in this book, you follow... see, it would be really well if I checked what the character's name was. Basically, we follow our main character, whose job is to travel between worlds. The only reason that she can travel between worlds is because her doppelgangers in those other worlds have died. And of course, in the beginning of the story, she sort of ends up in a world where her doppelganger hasn't died, and that sort of pushes her into this investigative adventure where she has to figure out what was going on and if there are similarities between the world that she has traveled to with her world, and she's sort of finding out the mysteries of her job and of her boss and everything. And it was really interesting. I also read this book for the Buzzword Reading Challenge. The buzzword for the month of May was like a word that is a distance word or position word, basically between. I don't remember the between was the word that the reason I picked this one to read. Basically, yeah, as I said, I really did enjoy it. I thought the sort of twist at the beginning was really interesting. I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't read it yet. And definitely that was the reason why I sort of kept reading with the book, because as the month went on, I was feeling very slumpy, and I didn't feel like reading stuff at all. So the twist at the beginning kind of was like, okay, good, this is interesting, I want to keep on reading. So yeah, I enjoyed the book, and I'm looking forward to reading new stuff from the author. Then I read Burn For Me, for this one, by Ilona Andrews. Basically, this is an urban fantasy romance in which you follow Nevada. This is her, and she is a private investigator, and she's hired to find one of the deadliest, not wizards, magic users in her world. And that dude over there is Mad Rogan, and he basically has to find the same dude, sort of to save someone from his family, and together they clash, and he's called Mad Rogan for reasons, and sort of there is chemistry between them, and they sort of get it on, and it's not actually, but they start the romance, and there's like a whole series of this the trilogy of following them and various troubles that they get into, and this is like the fourth time I read this, and I really love it, and yeah, this is really cool. Please read more Ilona Andrews and her books. I really enjoyed this. Oh yeah, I read that for healing, because you're supposed to read the comfort read, so yeah. Then I read, also Dark Dawn for this Readathon. This was for cleansing, finish a series. And I read Charmcaster by Sebastian de Castell. So this is book 3 in the Spellslinger series. Basically we follow Kellan, this dude here, who has no magic, a little bit of magic. And he basically, in the first book, has to survive like this trials in which you're supposed to prove what kind of awesome magician you are with no magic. And this is his animal companion, business partner. Oh my god, I forgot the guy's name. Anyway, it's like a squirrel cat. See? It looks really cool. Basically, this is YA. Reads as YA, very fast-paced, lots of stuff happening. Now, my issue was with the audiobook narrator, because the same person who, I think is Joe Jameson was his name, I don't remember, narrates the Greatcoat series, narrates this one, and he doesn't really differentiate between the books. So there were some moments in this audiobook where I felt it was a bit too dramatic and too grandeur for the stuff that was happening here, which fit better with the Greatcoat series, in my opinion. So I'm gonna continue just reading these and not listening to them, because yeah, I can't really get behind. Christina has the similar problem, but with the opposite. So she listened to these on audio before, and then started listening to the Greatcoats reading when we did the Greatcoats read along, and yeah, she had like the opposite problem. So yeah. But I did enjoy it. It was fun, and I read this for Animal Bond, Animal on the Cover prompt for this readathon. So yeah, I had one book left for this, and that was the one I was looking forward to the most. And it seems like when I look forward to the book, I really have a hard time starting it. So I didn't even start this one. That was Dead Man in the Ditch, and I have it somewhere here. And the second readathon I sort of participated in, I actually did but didn't finish, that was the Medievalathon. So basically you had nobility ranks, you had professions. So for nobility ranks, they count how many books overall you've read. I became an Empress because I read 7 books, and for my profession, technically I would say I was level 3 because I've read only 3 books in my on my TBR for this, but they are not in the order they were supposed to be read, because you have like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, and I just read them like willy-nilly. So I'm just gonna count them 3 books read and level 3. So I am technically a weaponsmith. So I'm an Empress who's a weaponsmith, so good for me. So basically I read The Space Between Worlds for this one as well. This was for a book with gold, silver or bronze on the cover. Then I read, oh my god, I read this one. This is Everless by Sarah Holland. This is a YA fantasy book which I got in one of the Fairy Loot boxes. The prompt for this one was to read a hardcover book, and only hardcover books I have are the Fairy Loot stuff, which after reading this one I got rid of all of them, and I'm going to get rid of this one after I finish this video. So basically in this we follow a girl who goes to work she lives in a world where people sell their time to pay for stuff and whatnot, and her family gets into trouble, her father, and she basically has to go work for the enemy. I mean, they used to live in the palace, and they got kicked out of the palace, or they ran from the palace because one of the royal sons, the evil one, basically made sure they had to leave. And she goes to work in the palace so she can get time to save her father. And of course, shit happens. You can imagine YA fantasy. It was very formulaic then, and this was published in oh my god, this was published in 2018. So if you have read any of YA fantasy from that era, it's basically the same, and it definitely drove home the point that I have outgrown YA fantasy. What's the expression? Anyway, it's not for me anymore. So I'm getting rid of this. Did not enjoy it a lot. It was annoying and tropey, and it was predictable. And as I said, not for me. I think younger readers would really enjoy these. Then I read Dark Dawn, so somewhere here for this as well. Basically, you were supposed to read the series finale, so I read that one. And the readathon I failed at was the Translatorthon round 4, basically a readathon where you're supposed to read translated books, and I just could not get into anything I was reading at that time. That readathon took place the last 2 weeks of May, and I basically, anything I picked up I wasn't interested in. I slumped really hard. I'm still in the middle of it, and I just can't read anymore. And so yeah, that one was a fail, and I feel really bad because I did really want to participate in this one, but I was kind of feeling, and then I didn't read anything. I did watch a lot of TV though, so that's something. So I am in the middle of a couple of books. So I am at like 20% of The Wall of Storms by Ken Liu, which was a book I was supposed to read for Asian Readathon and some other stuff here in the other Readathons. So I'm gonna continue reading that in the month of June. I'm gonna try to actually read Dead Men in a Ditch, because the 3rd one is coming out soon, and I want to read that as well. But yeah, other than that, that was my reading month. Hopefully I have learned my lesson to not put 15 books on my TBR, and just maybe slow my reading down. But yeah, if you have read any of the books that I have mentioned in this video, please do share your thoughts down below. Not saying this month was a bust. It wasn't a bust. I read 12 things, and I enjoyed most of them. So I'm happy with that. If you want, you can like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. There are some links in the description box you need to check out. If you have any thoughts or comments, please do share them down below in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!